Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain about introduction of .NET. So let's go into the session. So what is .NET is an open source developer platform created by Microsoft for building many different types of applications. With .NET you can use multiple languages, editors, libraries to build for web, mobile, desktop, games and IoT. Languages: you can write .NET apps in C#, F#, or Visual Basic languages. C#. C# is a simple, modern, object-oriented and type-safe programming language. F# is a programming language that makes it easy to write robust and performant code. Visual Basic. Visual Basic is an approachable language with a simple syntax for building types. Okay, let us discuss about what is .NET Framework. .NET Framework is a software development platform developed by Microsoft for building and running Windows applications. The .NET Framework consists of developer tools, programming languages, and libraries to build, develop, and web applications. It is also used to build websites, web services, and games. The .NET Framework was meant to create applications which would run on the Windows platform. The first version of .NET Framework was released in the year 2002. The version was called .NET Framework 1.0. The Microsoft .NET Framework come a long way since then, and the current version is .NET Framework 4.8. The Microsoft .NET Framework can be used to create both form-based and web-based applications. Web services can also be developed using .NET Framework. The framework also supports various programming languages such as Visual Basic and C#. So, developers can choose and select the language to develop the required application. So, in this video, we will learn the basics of .NET Framework. When we looking to the versions of .NET, so you can see there are different versions. It is starting from 1.0 version to 4.8. So here the IDE, Integrated Development Environment, where the .NET applications are running. So 1.0 is using VS.NET, 1.1 is using VS.NET 2003, 2.0 version is using the 2.0 is using VS 2005, 3.0 using Blend, 3.5 is using 2008, etc. Then 4.8 is using VS 2009. So and it is released in 2019. And when we go to .NET Components, so let's study what is .NET Components. The architecture of .NET Framework is based on the following key components. The key components of .NET Framework are Common Language Runtime, Class Library, and Languages. Common Language Runtime. The Common Language Infrastructure or CLI is a platform in .NET architecture on which the .NET programs are executed. The CLI has the following features, like it is having the features like exception handling. Exceptions are the errors which occur when the application is executed. Garbage collection. Garbage collection is the process of removing unwanted resources when they are no longer required. Let's study in detail. Okay, so what is class library? The class library, the .NET Framework includes a set of standard class libraries. Okay, a class library is a collection of methods and functions that can be used for the core purpose. For example, there is a class library with methods to handle all file level operations. So there is a method which can be used to read the text file from a file. Similarly, there is a method to write text to a file. Most of the methods are split into either the system asterisk or Microsoft asterisk namespaces. The asterisk just means a reference to all of the methods that fall under the system or Microsoft namespace. A namespace is a logical separation of methods. So the next point which we want to discuss is languages. So let's see what is languages. The types of applications that can be built in the .NET framework is classified broadly into following categories. WinForms. This is used for developing forms based application which would run on an end user machine. Notepad is an example of client based applications. ASP.NET. This is used for developing web-based applications which are made to run on any browser such as Internet Explorer, Chrome or Firefox. The web application would be processed on a server which would have Internet Information Service installed. Internet Information Services or IIS is a Microsoft component which is used to execute an ASP.NET application. The result of the execution is then sent to the client machines and then output is shown in the browser. ADO.NET. This technology is used to develop applications to interact with database such as Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, now let's discuss about .NET Stack. In this picture you can see various things inside the stack. So the .NET framework which is having versions like 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, etc. So let's look into the details. What are the the framework, why it is integrating into newer versions. So let's see. So every new framework will have new features. In 2.0 you can see you will have framework class library and common language runtime. Apart from that, you will also have WinForms, ASP.NET and ADO.NET and web services. Okay, WinForms which is used for Windows Forms, ASP.NET which is belong to create web applications, ADO.NET which is used to connect with databases from the .NET. In the 3.0 section, with 3.0 you can see like you will have advanced features like WPF. WPF means Windows Presentation Foundation. It is a UI framework that creates desktop client applications. Then you can see WCF which belongs to Windows Communication Foundation, which means Windows Communication Foundation. It is basically used to create a distributed and interoperable application. Okay, so the next section like LinkU, you can see LinkU. LinkU is a data querying API that provides querying capabilities to .NET languages with a syntax similar to a SQL. LinkU queries use C# collections to return data. LinkU in C# is used to work with data access from sources such as objects, datasets, SQL Server, and XML. With the 4.0, we have got Parallel LinkU and Task Parallel Library. Parallel LinkU is a parallel implementation of language integrated query pattern (PLINQ), which implements the full set of LinkU standard query operations as extension methods for the system. Next one is the Task Parallel Library (TPL). Is a set of public types and APIs in the system threading and system. Threading task namespaces. The purpose of TPL is to make developers more productive by simplifying the process of adding parallelism and concurrency to applications. The task-based asynchronous pattern that enables developers to define asynchronous functions within the method definition instead of having begin and end function pairs or separate callbacks. This makes coding the asynchronous function very intuitive and clear in C#. The next we can see .NET Framework design principles. Okay, so .NET Framework is very relevant to create .NET based applications. So main design principles are like interoperability. The .NET Framework provides a lot of backward support. Suppose if you had an application built on an older version of the .NET Framework, say 2.0, and if you try to run the same application on a machine which is the highest version of the .NET Framework, consider as 3.5, the application would still work. This is because with every release Microsoft ensures that the older framework versions get well with the latest version. Portability. Applications built on the .NET Framework can be made to work on any Windows platform. And now, in recent times, Microsoft is also envisioning to make Microsoft products work on other platforms such as iOS and Linux. Security. The .NET Framework has a good security mechanism. The input security mechanism helps in both validation and verification of applications. Every application can explicitly define their security mechanism. Each security mechanism is used to grant the user access to the code or to the running program. Memory management. The common language runtime does all the work or memory management. The .NET Framework has all the capacity to see those resources which are not just used by called the garbage collector, which runs as part of the other .NET Framework. The garbage collection runs at regular intervals and keeps on checking which system resources are not utilized and frees them accordingly. Next one is simplified deployment. The .NET Framework has also have tools which can be used to package applications built on the .NET Framework. These packages can then distributed to client machines. The packages would then automatically install the application. These conclude introduction of .NET Framework. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe channel. Thank you.